Hey YouTubers, thanks for tuning in today. I have another one of my rants, and this time it's about a bunch of 1% a-holes in Hollywood. No surprise. So I was looking on Google Maps and I found an article talking about the Hollywood sign. How they're trying to make the Hollywood sign disappear. And it's because these a-holes moved into this neighborhood after the fact, and they don't want anyone coming up there to public land. So the thing that irritates the crap out of me is when something's there first, even for decades, even for maybe almost a century, depending on who moved in when. But I don't care about that. It was there first. You don't like it? Don't move there. It's public land, a public park, and these wealthy 1%ers think they can take it away from you, the people. So this article talks about how the Hollywood sign is disappearing off of Google and off the internet. And what's happening is, because, you know, people have been going to Hollywood sign forever, ever since everyone knew about it. It's famous. Everyone knows that, worldwide. People come from around the world to see it. You know, if you don't want people coming around, don't live there. Move somewhere else. You're in the middle of Hollywood. The whole world comes there. You're so stupid. It was there first. You don't want people coming through your neighborhood. Don't live there. So all these people show up, and before they drive through the neighborhood, before the internet, before you had Google Maps on a smartphone, they would ask they'd ask the people that live there, and they would lie to them. Apparently, this article I'm reading states that the residents are illegally painting the curbs red. They're putting up signs saying no parking. All this illegal activity. That these people think they're above the law, and that it's their own private street that's owned by the city of Los Angeles, not them. So here's what happens. If you ever Google Hollywood sign, you know, you see it's up on the hill. You see communication towers right there above it on the mountaintop. There's roads that go up there. From this article I read, there's also a picture showing the trail. Well, it's a nice wide graded dirt road because they have to get vehicles up to service the communication towers. People could drive there, but apparently what happens is it just ends. You know, it's a paved city street, it ends, and then it becomes a trail, and I guess probably there's a gate or something to let through the communication tower trucks, you know, people that need to service those. So everyone parks there. It's a bottleneck. It's a public park, apparently, public lands in Los Angeles, and I grew up there, but I hate those people, so I moved away. I hate California. So I moved away. I've never gone there. I didn't care about going up and seeing the sign. No big deal to me. But apparently a lot of tourists want to see it. They have the right to see it. They're coming to Hollywood. Hollywood advertises it. The City Council LA advertises it. So these people are coming to see it, so you need to do something about it. So I have a map here. It's probably blown out, but I can zoom in later. That shows how to find it. But apparently people, when they go to Google search it now, or on Bing or Yahoo or even Garmin, they've changed it. They've indicated you can't get there. You have to go to these certain spots, like at the Griffith Observatory, to look at it. Are people that stupid now? Are you being dumbed down that much? I mean, yeah, this is great. You have this. You can find it. But you know what I do? If it's not on directions, I just say, where is it? You know, show me the destination. I can read the road maps. Unlike probably the present generation, I grew up with Thomas Guides. And if you're from Southern California, other places, before the internet, that was your Bible that you carried with you when you were driving. And you'd be flipping, you see people flipping these pages. It'd come out every year with new updates. You'd have to keep buying new ones. Showed you how to get places. You know, you have to read, oh, go to this page and flip through to see the next one. Follow the path. So I know how to do it. Apparently the newer people don't. If it doesn't give them directions, they're lost. I'm going to show you a way on how to do it here in a moment. But here's what needs to be done. Since these wealthy 1%ers think they can bully people, like this guy that wrote this article threatening him, saying there's a lawsuit because you're bringing people in this fire hazard. Okay, great. It's a fire hazard. It's on a mountain. They burn all the time in Southern California. That is nature's way of cleaning up the garbage, the waste product, the debris. Get my hint? It's a natural process. The Forest Service, the National Forest Service for decades would snuff out those fires and allow all the ground debris to build up. And then they have these incredible firestorms they couldn't put out. They've learned their lesson. Let nature burn. It's meant to do that. It's a cycle. So if you don't like tourists and you don't like wildfires, don't live there. You're an idiot. move away. So here's my solution. Number one, City of Los Angeles goes up there, says, oh yeah, this is a danger, and the Hollywood signs for public interest, eminent domain. If you don't know what eminent domain is, I'll tell you, but you can also Google search it. That means a government agency comes in and says, we're taking this property for the interest of the public. And so that's what they need to do. It's fire, fire hazard. It can start there and do a firestorm moving down throughout, the city, causing a lot of potential loss. So that's number one, fire hazard. Number two is we're bringing all kinds of tourists there to the city to spend money. We've invited them, the tourists there, we've told them about the signs, about the Hollywood sign, about the studios. Hollywood almost wasn't in Los Angeles, it almost wasn't in California. That's a whole nother story. So you want to invite people there, you want to make money off of them, you want to glamorize it through movies, television, all of this. You want to invite them to the Hollywood sign, then you need to make it safe. So the city does eminent domain, takes it. Takes all the houses, all the land, gone. Okay? Then what they do is they raise it all, restore it to a natural wildlife sanctuary, how California was before those people moved in. Put in public parking, maybe put in a tram service going up to the Hollywood sign. Have public pavilions, picnic areas, have a little museum, a little visitor center that talks about the story of the Hollywood sign, talks about all the plants and vegetables that are natural to California, all the trees, everything. Restore it to its natural wonders, what it was before these people ruined it. Kick them all out. You got the reservoir right there. I don't know if the reservoir has water in it right now. The map shows it does, but I know they've been going through a drought. Run some water over there. Grow the plants. You know what? It's educational. Bring the kids from the inner city. From South Central in Los Angeles. That's still the city of Los Angeles. Because the city wanted to grab a harbor, so they have this strip going down through the valley there in the city of Los Angeles so they can have their own harbor. And that's where South Central is. They neglect all those people down there. All the wealthy people control it up north in LA. So you know what? Have education, have schools come there, have busloads of people come there. Have parking lots for all that. Get rid of all those people. Kick them out. It's public land. That's my number one option. Los Angeles City eminent domain. Number two, reading this blog and reading what they've done to all the people that have come there, all the illegal activity that these residents have done that live there, and how they've apparently ganged up on tourists. That sounds like a criminal organization to me. Kind of like maybe one in New York, New Jersey, that's been real famous forever, and the feds busted them. You know how the feds busted those gangs back there? They created the RICO Act. If you don't know what RICO is, look it up. These people in this wealthy neighborhood, apparently, from the actions I've read, they're a gang and they're harassing the public. That sounds like a violation of the RICO Act. The federal government needs to come in and prosecute those people. Real easy to do a sting. Go in there, have the city clean up the red curbs, take down the signs, set up some remote cameras, set up a drone. Real easy in this day and age. Have some federal agents, pretend to be tourists, come in and videotape it all. Boom, arrest them for the RICO Act. Take their land. You seize their land when they're a criminal, doing criminal activity under the RICO Act. You take their property. One down, just go down the list, knock them down. All right, so let's say the federal government, the cowards or whatever, the wealthy 1%ers bribed them. Same with the city of Los Angeles. Okay, now it comes down to the people. That's what this land was written about. That's why we kicked off the chains of oppression from King George. That's why the Constitution was written. That's why we have all these Bill of Rights and all this crap that we're still supposed to have, but apparently we don't anymore. All right, so we need to do that, and that's Occupy. How people occupied Wall Street and all these other places. Okay, occupy the Hollywood sign. If the city government won't do anything, if the state won't do anything, if the feds won't do anything, thousands of people need to hike up there. Park downtown somewhere, park where it's legal, out of the neighborhood, and just march in. Do a million fan march. A million tourist march. Just get all the people just up in that neighborhood, just crowding the crap out of it. Walking up to the sign. You don't need to trash it. You don't need to ruin anything. You want to respect the land. But you want to make a point that it's public land. So the way you do that is you march in there. And if those people complain and don't like it, move. It's a free country. Get out of there. You're worried about a fire hazard? Get out of there. You don't like tourists coming to see an icon that's renowned around the world? Move, you whiny crybabies. So let me show you now how to get there. I'm not going to do screenshots with my computer. I don't care. I'm just going to film it. You know, you should be able to Google this. So if we look on this map, there is the Hollywood sign right there. And this is Mount Lee Drive. Communication towers are right there. So this apparently is the trail. They got one trail there. And if you zoom in, you can actually see a little bit better. Yeah, see, here's a better zoom in where they've kind of darkened the trail right there. The article said something about the gate was closed because they're renovating the trail. But you have a couple different ways, but they both go through that gray area. So how it works is from the Hollywood sign you wind down to Mount Lee Drive, which comes down into this area by Ledgewood Drive. And you also have this way for North Beechwood Drive, right above Camp Hollywood. So what you want to do is we follow these all the way down. North Beechwood Drive goes all the way down. And here is Franklin Avenue. Here is North Gower Street. Here's the 101 freeway. So as we continue further down, here's like the Pantages Theater, there's the Hollywood Wax Museum, the Egyptian Theater, Hollywood and Vine. So Gower goes past Hollywood, past Sunset, goes all the way down to Santa Monica Boulevard by the Hollywood Cemetery. Alright, so if you're down in this part by like the Sunset Gower Studios, all you do is you head up Gower. Go underneath the 101, and at this point you can either turn right onto Franklin and take North Beechwood all the way in, or you can stay on North Gower and it comes up here and it kind of zigzags and then it turns right into Beechwood. So we continue north and you take Beechwood up here where it zigzags, and you can go to the right up there into North Beechwood Drive, or you can turn left at Ledgewood Drive. And Ledgewood goes up here, it ends, you kind of make a left, then you go back, you do a hard turn, a hard right, zigzagging up, and then you're there. So this is Ledgewood zigzagging, and it comes up here to Mount Lee Drive, and you got to walk in apparently at this point. Or you take North Beechwood Drive up this way, there's the park, public park, you probably got to park here somewhere, and you got to walk in that way to get up to the Hollywood sign. Alright, so that is how you get to the Hollywood sign, because they're making it disappear off the internet. But you can do it the old school way. It's not a problem, you just have to use your brain. So tell you what, everyone go visit the Hollywood sign. Don't go to Griffiths, don't go to the, there's apparently a platform at Hollywood and Highland or something. No. Go up there. It's a public park. It's for the people. I encourage you to go visit the Hollywood sign. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. And stay aware of your rights and laws that protect you. See you later.